When the thief is more honest than his client. Berlin Season 2 Review. Imagine this. A man in an expensive suit signs a contract without realizing he just signed his own sentence. That's exactly how the second chapter of the Money Heist spin-off begins. And if the first season was about Parisian jewelry, this one is something else entirely. Seville 2026 is not just a beautiful location. It's a trap, and it's being built from the very first second. So who is the Duke of Malaga? A wealthy aristocrat who decided that money buys him everything, including hiring a gang of thieves to steal one of the most famous paintings in the world. We're talking about Leonardo da Vinci's Lady with an Ermine, one of only 4 female portraits by the master that survived to this day. In the show's plot, the painting is brought to Seville for a temporary exhibition, and that becomes the starting point for everything. The Duke wants it. Berlin agrees to help. But there's one small detail the Duke didn't account for. Berlin never does what people expect. While the Duke thinks he bought the thieves are already building a plan where he himself is the main prize. And this is where the show gets genuinely interesting. This isn't just a museum heist. It's a long, elegant, almost theatrical act of revenge. Berlin and his crew are running 2 operations simultaneously, one for the Duke, one against him. The viewer sees both. But the show never once says out loud, "Pay attention. There's a double bottom here." You have to feel it yourself. Pedro Alonso plays Berlin again. And again, it's not just a character, it's a way of thinking. Dandyism, irony, cold calculation, and a strange, almost painful sense of personal dignity. This season gives him more silence than words, and those silences weigh more than any monologue. His partner Damien is the moral center of the whole story. A man who joined the gang out of love and, for the same reason, cannot leave. In episode 6, he delivers one of the longest and most devastating monologues of the year, about the difference between a thief and the man who pays a thief. You listen and realize. In this show, the real criminal is not the one picking locks. Worth noting separately are the new characters. Inma Cuesta plays a woman standing on the border between 2 worlds, the gang and the Duke's circle. She's the only one truly playing both sides without losing either. Marta Nieto is the Duke's wife, and her unraveling happens in plain sight, beautifully and inevitably. These new faces don't just fill the screen, they shift the balance of the entire construction. Now about the city. Seville in this show is not a backdrop. It's a tool. The real Alcazar, Plaza de España, the nighttime streets of Triana at 3 in the morning. All of it serves the plot. If the Paris season was cold and glassy, this one is warm, shadowy, smelling of tiles and old wood. Directors Albert Pinto, David Barrocal, and José Manuel Craviot divided 8 episodes between them, and the shift in tone is felt in every frame. And finally, the central question the show asks and deliberately refuses to answer. Can a con man stop before he himself becomes what he steals? The Leonardo painting is not just a plot device. It's a metaphor. The Lady with an Ermine was painted as proof of ownership. Leonardo portrayed his patron's mistress to establish one fact. She belongs to him. The Duke of Malaga repeats that same gesture 500 years later. And Berlin builds a plan whose final move is the refusal to be bought. Does he actually pull it off? The show ends without saying.